Hey everybody, Mr. Woodruff here. In this video, I'm going to walk you through a review of Lesson 2, Comparing Whole Numbers. So the skills that we're working on this week, we're comparing numbers that are up to 6 digits, meaning in the hundred thousands place. And we're doing so using our knowledge of comparing numbers in the hundreds, which we would have brought with us from 3rd grade. So we're kind of building upon what we knew already and extending that into greater numbers. So I'm going to go over some different types of problems that you might encounter in your practice this week. This first one says choose greater than or less than to complete a true comparison for each pair of numbers. So here I have 5,789 compared to 21,687. So we learned the first thing we want to do is look at how many digits there are, okay, and look at the greatest place value. So I'm already looking at this number and I can see that this is a 5-digit number and that's 4. So that's already in the 10,000s, so it's going to be greater than this one. So I have to make sure my inequality reads true. 5,789 is less than 21,687. The next one, I say I have two 4-digit numbers. I have 8,926 compared to 3,819. So I'll look in the highest place value, both in the thousands. 8 would be greater than a 3, so it is greater than. And next one, I see again two 4-digit numbers, but I see that they both have the same number in the thousands place. I always want to start looking in the highest place value. So these each have 5,000, okay? And then I'll look in the hundreds, I see I have 500s and 900s. So one way we thought about doing this was stacking the numbers in a place value chart. And you could stack them without having these boxes too, but this is just good for knowing the place value. So you have 5,587 compared to 5,989. So comparing these, both have 5 in the thousands place, but this one has 500s and this has 9. So I want my inequality to read, okay, we think about that symbol as amount. The amount to be open to the larger number. Okay, so 5,587 is less than 5,989. Okay, and reading these is also great practice for reading those multi-digit numbers like you're practicing and roll and read the number. Okay, last one in this sample is 45,499 compared to 45,500. So both have 4 in the 10,000s place, both have 5 in the thousands place, a 4 in the hundreds, and a 5 in the hundreds. So this first number is less than. Okay, and you could set one of those up in a chart like this for sure. Okay, number 2. Mrs. Mendez writes the following comparison on the board. 304,532 is greater than 304,000 blank. Use the digits 3, 5, 7, or 9 only once each to write a number that makes the comparison true. One of the digits will not be used. Write your answer in the blanks. Okay, so I see a 3, okay, 0, 4, 3, 0, 4. So they're the same in the thousands period, right? So my hundreds, I have to make sure I'm making something that's going to be less than this first number. So I could use a 3 here, because that would be less than the 5. Okay, let's explore if I used a 5 here. I used a 5. So far they're the same. I could put a 3 here, so far they're the same. But then I'm only left with either using a 7 or a 9. And both of those, 7, that would make this number be bigger, so that can't work. And obviously a 9 would do that. So I can't use 5 as my first number here. So I definitely can't use 7 or 9. So I have to use a 3 here, okay? And then because that 3 is less than the 5, I could use any combination of 5, 7, or 9 there. Let's go 357. So 304,532 is greater than 304,357. Okay, let's look at a couple more examples. In April, the number of visitors at the museum is 64,072. In May, the number of visitors is 60,000 plus 4,000 plus 500 plus 20 plus 1. Which comparison of the visitor numbers is correct? Which month has more visitors? So I need to take this word form and write it out in standard form. 64,072. No hundreds. Listen to 72. And this one's in expanded form, so lesson 1 skill, and I'm going to put it into standard form, 60,000. So it's going to line up there, plus 4,000, plus 500, plus 20, plus 1. So now I've got my two numbers. There's April, there's May. So let's look at our choices. 64,720 is greater than 64,521. Well, this first one, that's not even one of our numbers, so that's out. B, 64,072 equals 64,072. April and May have the same number of visitors. Okay, well, based on what we did, we can tell that's not true. C, 64,072, that's one of our numbers, is less than 64,521. Also one of our numbers. May has more visitors than April. Okay, that one sounds correct to me. I'm going to read choice D just to make sure. 64,072 is greater than 64,021. April has more visitors than May. Well, this inequality is true, but these numbers don't match with what we have. So we're right to think it's C. Okay? And then finally, number 4, which statements correctly compare each pair of numbers? Choose all the correct answers. That means there might be more than one. Okay, be careful of that. Okay, 263,203 is greater than 200,000 plus 60,000 plus 3,000 plus 20 plus 3. So I'll take this expanded form and make my number 263,023. No hundreds. And then let's see. 263,203 is greater than 263,023. Okay, that's true. 263,203 is greater than 263,300. Thousands period is the same, but look in the hundreds place. This one is smaller, so that can't be true. C, 263,203 equals 263,203. Yeah, they're the same, so that's true. They equal each other. D, 263,203 equals 263,230. Not true. And we have to be careful because sometimes you might feel like you want to speed through this because you're feeling confident and you know what you're doing. But often when those digits are really close, you might mix it up when you read it too fast and make a mistake. So be careful. E, 263,203 is greater than 263,069. Well, thousands period, same again. Hundreds, there's 2, there's 0. So that's true. Okay, it doesn't matter that that 69 is bigger than this. Okay, what matters is you go place value by place value. And finally, F. 263,203 is less than 263,099. Thousands period is the same. Here I have 200s. Here I have no hundreds. So that is not true. Okay, so A, C, and E are our correct choices there. Okay, so that was a review of Lesson 2, comparing whole numbers. Hopefully you see some things that are helpful to you as you work through the rest of your practice. If you need any help, please reach out to me on Class Dojo, email, phone call, and I'll do my best to help you out with it. All right, good luck with everything. Have a great week.